Oh God. Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Caesar the Pleaser, otherwise known as CDP. Today is episode 39 of the podcast, and today it's actually a real invasion. And I say that because my guest today is the host, or one of the co-hosts of Gamer Talk Live. It's a weekly show where they talk about games and shit like that. He is the hashtag real champion. He is probably one of the most realest motherfuckers I've ever actually spoken to and actually seen as far as YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Nate.
What's up?
I gotta just ask, first of all, for the viewers out there. So what exactly is your, I guess you could say, YouTube whole background? Like, why is it that you started YouTube, and why should anybody at this point give a shit to listen to this whole thing?
Why I started YouTube is completely irrelevant to why I'm doing it now. Because I was actually doing like a spoof. You may actually see him popping up every once in a while. My alter ego PT,
Of course.
aka Pro Troll. But no, basically all I do is like really just focusing on discussing pretty much all things gaming. I get into the nitty gritty of like the controversial shit going on in the game industry, debates about DLC, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and like I said, we do the podcast every Saturday with Anthony and Lambert, who have also been guests on your podcast. Gamer Talk Live, when we just talk about other random shit.
Yeah.
Again, games, Hot Pockets, whatever.
Of course, Hot Pockets especially. No, I gotta ask. So Gamer Talk Live, I've only just been a recent fan of yours for about a month and a half or so. I've watched now, I guess from this point, the past 5 or 6 Gamer Talk Lives that I've seen, some random ones every now and then, and even the solo ones that you do, just Gamer Talk. I gotta ask, what was the whole, I guess you could say, creation of Gamer Talk Live? Why is it that you brought this whole podcast idea into reality?
It really just spurred from me just doing Gamer Talk, because there for a while, as most people might know me as a hater of DSP gaming, but in doing the Gamer Talk, I had several people say they want to do discussions with me. They want to kind of like debate some of the stuff, but they find that because of other fans of certain people getting irate with me and just making their way over, they didn't have a good environment to have conversation with me. So I was like, well, fuck all that. Like, I'll just have a podcast where I can have people in chat and plus also on call and just do it directly.
Now, just real quick, where can people find this podcast that you do every Saturday?
You can go to Kane Bringing the Pain Live on twitch.tv.
There you go, plugging like that. So I understand, just to quickly mention the DSP thing and stuff. So Nate, I understand as your actual friend, so I fucking know why you done this. Why is it that you've gone through all these different channels? Like, especially in my case, with people that are watching this and are, fans of me. Some of you guys know that I've actually gone through like 500,000 channels and shit for stupid reasons and also legit reasons. And I gotta ask you that you've gone through what 5, 4, 3 channels, right? Just changing the name and trying to get away from that negativity, I guess you could say, that came from just the reputation that you're a DSP gaming hater.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons, is just because you get, being somebody that likes to discuss things, you'll get labeled very easily when it comes to the internet. I mean, you can sit there and say, oh, I really like Sony's platform when it comes to consoles. All of a sudden you're a Sony fanboy, even though you got a 360 and a Nintendo and all this other shit. So once you get to the point where, like me, I had like thousands and thousands of fucking views on those specific videos, I would say it was more of a following of people that actually legitimately hated DSP as opposed to his fanboys that was like, come on man, where's that next response? It's like, okay, like, I definitely am a very opinionated person, but my opinions don't revolve around one singular person or one specific topic. So to try to deviate from that and kind of get people more adjusted to the fact that I talk about a plethora of things, I just eventually made my way over to the channel I have now, which is now donning the same name I had before. But there was a time when I was actually focusing on trying to do Let's Plays myself, but I ultimately decided that it wasn't my thing. I'm not the best commentator because I'm more engaged in the game. Like I'm sitting there playing it for me. I'm not trying to entertain other people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. And you handle YouTube just because now I guess we're gonna move on into just YouTube. You handle YouTube now, I guess you could say, or you've always handled it this way, I guess you could say, in a more casual sense, meaning that you're not really specifically looking at a long term kind of thing when it comes to YouTube, and your videos are they don't define. I guess your videos don't necessarily define you. It's more about this is who I am. Here's some content. Enjoy. You know what I mean? So I gotta
Yeah.
ask, why the whole for people, yeah, for the people that are listening that may be fans of yours, why the whole casual take in this whole thing we call YouTube?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I ever started like generating a bunch of views and a network came up and was like, "Hey, we got a good deal for you. Would you like to start making money off these videos?" I mean, if it was really a good deal, I wouldn't turn it down.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not my ultimate goal. It just for me, if I'm not stressing out about trying to do it as like a form of living and just making sure that it is at its pure heart just my hobby and just a passion of fun, then I'm always going to constantly be putting out good content. I'm not letting stress interfere with the fact that I'm doing what I enjoy.
Now you mentioned stress, and this is something I always ask other YouTubers. You know, like Adam and Anthony. I've always asked this question to them, both on and off recording. But by stress, do you mean the stress that not necessarily the bad stress where you're going crazy and you're going ape shit, you know, like wild. Is it more like the stress that you're trying so hard to figure out what kind of content you want to make that it's kind of, I guess you could say, stressing you out, but not to the sense where like it's gonna like physically hurt you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's that, and there's also the stress that one day you just don't feel like recording. But if recording is how you make your living, if that's what people are like expecting, constantly fed video content from you, if you don't feel like recording, there's that stress that am I going to piss off my fan base, or am I going to start losing subs because of this? I mean, there's a lot of things that get involved with that, and as long as I mean, at least the way I see it, people can expect my content pretty much popping up, here, there, everywhere. Sometimes you'll get 2 videos a day. Sometimes you won't get a video for 3 days. They know it's going to be sporadic. They know it's not going to be a constant thing, and that way it again, it just leaves it to be less stressful and just more enjoyable for everyone.
Honestly, and I gotta ask, just because we're still focusing on your channel, what exactly are you trying to do now with your channel? Because again, I said you've done the reboots already for your channels and stuff. You try to get away from the DSP gaming hater reputation that you've had, even though you're not really a hater, you're just a critic, really. What exactly are you trying to focus on now? Are you just making whatever the fuck comes to your mind, or is there actual stuff that you're focusing on for this channel that you have now?
Just really just focusing specifically on discussions and any type of critique, because I mean that's one thing, like we've already said, trying to get away from the critique that I've done on DSP gaming, but ultimately that's what people find interesting about my content, is seeing my point of view. They don't necessarily agree. I would actually go as far as to say most people that are actually subscribed to my channel and who have ever been subscribed to my channel actually don't agree with a lot of my opinions, but they like listening to what I have to say and hearing how I present my opinion, and also the fact that even if they don't agree with me and they counter, I don't want to say kind of argue, but just
Sure.
give it like a rebuttal or whatever, or give their side of the story. I'm not going to come back at them like, "Hey, you're a fucking idiot." Like, no, I'm going to be engaged. I'm like, "Okay, well, let me hear what you have to say. Why do you disagree with me? Why do you think I'm wrong? Because maybe I am wrong, and now I'm going to be more knowledgeable about it." And I always try to just make it a more friendly and engaged discussion environment.
And plus, when it comes to more of the discussion kind of things, what you started off with was your opinion. Maybe somebody else would actually change your opinion. You never know. This is why I like what you do, because you have this open discussion kind of thing, both on Gamer Talk Live and both just on your channel. It's whatever you decide to discuss. If someone feels different and if they really feel like wholeheartedly different, or do not completely agree with you, they'll probably like change your mind, which I'm pretty sure has happened to you.
Yeah, it's happened. As a matter of fact, just over this past year, ironically enough, DSP had actually put out a video, and he's already starting to get flack about it. But his opinions about like Minecraft and stuff, I had similar opinions when it came to like popular YouTubers, where I just didn't understand why certain YouTubers would always get highlighted, but other YouTubers kind of got like shunned, so to speak. But understanding, like having conversations with people and just doing more, I don't want to say research, but just having, I guess it's more knowledge about it. It's swayed my opinion, just understanding that, at least as far as like YouTubers are concerned, and kind of get to the point where, like, if you're so stressed out, like, why is PewDiePie getting all these views when he's not even fucking funny? You gotta understand, YouTube isn't the end all be all of gaming. So even if YouTube stopped, like tomorrow or whatever, hopefully it doesn't. But
Yeah,
I mean, obviously it won't. But even if it did, I mean, we would still be able to play games, and that's ultimately, what my biggest hobby and passion is about gaming anyway. So I've definitely had opinions get swayed.
Which I think a lot of gamers on YouTube, that's how they start out. They're just really big fans of gaming. They happen to probably go on YouTube and saw some other people were doing some weird shit called commentaries and shit. And they're like, oh shit, I can fucking do that. So then here we go. Now they're doing fucking, YouTube channels that are now, gamers. Or some of them probably gone off and done bigger things now on YouTube. So here we know. And it's a good thing that you were mentioning YouTube now, because this is basically what I wanted to just have you on here. For my listeners, you thought this was going to be a holiday episode? Fuck no, it's going to be about YouTube. So, hey. So, it's obviously this is the holiday week. So, first of all, happy holidays to you.
You too as well, man.
Yeah, thank you. So, there's been a lot of things going on with YouTube, and I have been saying that I'm not going to discuss it, but I never stopped going to discuss it with someone else. So this is why I have you in here. One of the best discussions I think that I've ever seen on YouTube. And I've been around since fucking '08, back in the golden era of fucking YouTube. So I've seen a fucking lot of YouTubers. So I fucking A. So there's been a lot of things with YouTube going on. There's this whole content ID thing that's been just happening. A lot of people fucking freaking out, saying, "Holy shit, I don't want to make videos anymore because oh my god, my videos need third party whatever the fuck the technical term is, but."
Third-party content match.
There you go. Thank you, Nate. There's a whole thing going on with YouTube, and a lot of YouTubers are actually gonna, like, bigger YouTubers are now actually losing a good amount of their income, and a lot of YouTubers might have to actually quit YouTube because YouTube is being stupid and they're not willing to change, and they're basically having a situation like little kids. And I wanted your input on it, and I know that you've discussed this already at Gamer Talk Live a little bit, and on your own channel, which I'm pretty sure everybody in our YouTube friends and stuff has fucking discussed it already. Just what I want to say. So okay, so you being someone that isn't partnered, you're just doing YouTube. You're not partnered by anybody. You're not fucking getting paid to do this shit unless you are. I don't know.
No, I wish.
Yeah, right. Money. So I want to ask you, how is this affecting you and your channel? Because I understand that you don't really use a lot of music. I know I saw one video where you were doing Crisis 2 and you had like a few instrumentals, but that doesn't. Did that video specifically actually affect you? Like, did you get like a third party thingamabob?
Honestly, the only third-party content ID match I have on my channel right now is a Batman Arkham Origins review that I did, and that was from WB Games. And my video, it's still there. People can still watch it. I just can't monetize it, but I don't monetize anyways.
So, even more so, just again, I just want to really mention for people that are listening that Nate here does not get money off of this. This is someone that just does YouTube because he enjoys it. He's an entertainer. He's someone that has a lot of things to say, obviously. And so now being me, who is partnered, and this hasn't affected me. I've only gotten one match third-party content ID thingamabob in this whole situation. But I know that other people, some of our friends have already gotten a shitload of DSP Gaming himself has gotten like a fuckload of fucking strikes and shit like that, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's interesting to see how a lot of the smaller YouTubers are freaking out. And by smaller YouTubers, I mean people that are partnered as well. Just to make that clear, it's interesting to see that how people are reacting. The bigger YouTubers have actual reason to freak the fuck out, because if you're someone that base their channel, and I'm not trying to say names. If you know what I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. If you're someone that took other people's videos and then put them in your videos and try to make a whole community thing about it, I'm glad that you're gonna go away, because because I was talking about this with was it Adam or Lambert or Anthony, but I was saying how it's cool how the only good thing I can see about this is that YouTube's actually going to be flushing out, or at least this is how it should have been. YouTube's actually going to be flushing out the non-creative and the people that don't put any work into their videos and people that are just using other people's videos and putting in and shit like that, and they're going to just get rid of them. However, basically what YouTube is doing is fucking everybody up, and and it's kind of a rough situation. A lot of people are wondering what's going to be the future of YouTube, what's going to be the future of, you know, me, what's going to be the future of just everybody, really, just what's going to happen with everybody if YouTube does go away. What's the ideal thing to do now if you are someone that does, I guess, videos on the internet? And I kind of liked your input about it. When was it Gamer Talk Live that you discussed this with Lambert or no?
I know we touched base on it a little bit, but I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a moment here. It's like with YouTube. I mean, their content ID match system is obviously flawed at this point because it's matching stuff that's not, you know, third-party content, in the sense that you'll I've had it actually happen before when I was doing Let's Plays. I was doing a Outlast Let's Play, and the developer behind it was like Red Barrels, I believe, and some like I don't even know, some weird ass fucking company got a ID match on it, so I had to send it to YouTube like, look, this company, whoever the hell they are, they did not make this game. I linked them to the site where Red Barrels, the developer, had actually said they do not care if people do Let's Plays of their game. They actually support it, and it got taken off. So, I mean, in instances like that, I mean, YouTube system is definitely screwed up, but it's there to ensure that people who are investing millions of dollars in creating content, like the actual games, the actual music, the actual movies or whatnot, they're making sure that they are keeping their copyrights intact.
Or at least it should be that way.
Right. And the fact of the matter is, because of the way the system works, it's not catching the people who are actually infringing on that. I mean, right now, I guarantee you can look up like several different like full-length movies on YouTube that are still there that I've gotten like well over 1 million videos or views. I'm sorry. So I mean, it's definitely flawed, but at the same time, I think as far as YouTube is concerned, as far as like the Let's Player community is concerned, and even you know, sticking with gaming specifically, like the publishers and stuff, it's gotten so far that nobody wants to make a move because somebody's going to end up losing. I mean, that's all there is to it. Like, somebody's going to lose. There's no way that everybody's going to end up being completely happy, and I think that's why there's no publisher that's going to step up and actually like really do something about it as far as legally. YouTube is definitely not going to do anything because they stand to lose a shit ton of money in ad revenue because of it. And the Let's Players, I mean, they, you know, a lot of them, as many of the videos that's been put up now, that's their bread and butter. That's how they make their living. That's their livelihood. Yeah. So, like, nobody wants to lose in this situation. So, unfortunately, right now, it's just a pissing battle until somebody actually says, you know what, fuck it, we need to do something.
And you mentioned the Let's Players. I guess you could technically call me a Let's Player, but I do more than just that. I want to mention Sir Lionheart, someone that me and you actually know both on Twitter, and I guess you could say on YouTube. I see his channel and how he does so many fucking Let's Plays, and this dude puts a lot of hard work into his videos, and he does, you know, actual editing, and he actually is a good, he can actually entertain people, you know, in Let's Plays and stuff like that. Unlike you. No, I'm kidding. And it's sad to say that we don't know, I don't know what, at least it's just my opinion and my outlook on it. It's weird to say that I don't know what to expect in 2014. I'm looking forward to it, you know, as far as, you know, my own personal life and actual YouTube. I don't know where am I going to be in a year. I don't know where you're going to be in a year as far as YouTube, Lambert, Anthony, etc., etc., etc. And I'm not necessarily worried, but I'm just curious to see what is going to be different with YouTube, because right now, you know, there's always been issues with YouTube, and every year there's always been an issue, whether they change their whole layout, whether they change the comment system, whether they wow, excuse me. Jesus, I too much Snapple. Whether it's whatever they're doing, there's always been an issue and people have not agreed with. And I'm just curious to see what are they going to do next year. Is it going to be beneficial, which again I highly doubt, or is it going to be something that's going to be really negative that people, instead of saying that they're scared that they're going to be then they're going to have to stop. What about when the time comes when people say, fuck it, I am done. I'm not going to wait for YouTube to fuck me over. I'm just going to move on with my business. Now, I from what I understand, because I'm not a live streamer. I know that you have the technology to do it. Obviously, you live stream Gamer Talk Live every fucking week. I know Lambit does it. I know Mark does it. Hazard, I don't know if he does it or not. If he has, whatever the fuck. John Rambo's done it, da-da-da-da. If YouTube were to, let's say, go to the point where it's like, I'm not dealing with your bullshit, all of us YouTube creators are going to fucking leave, I think a good alternative, and probably an even easier alternative, if you want my opinion on it, would probably be live streaming. And someone, and I ask you this right now, that someone that does actual live streams, what do you think is the most biggest, not the biggest difference, but what do you think is more, what are you more easier with as far as handling, what are you going to do, and what are you going to play, and recording, yada yada? Is it live streaming on Twitch where here you're playing a game or whatever, or you're live streaming Gamer Talk Live and here's the chat, you can interact with them, or is YouTube easier? Or in other words, actually, because you were mentioning stress, what's more stressful to you when it comes to live streaming or your YouTube channel?
I would say, at least for me personally, there's a lot more stress that goes into actually making a YouTube video, because if you want to do it right, if you're not just putting, well, I don't want to say right, but if you don't want to put just raw footage up, like just, it's just a video, like you're from the start of you playing to the end of you playing, no intros and anything like that. If you want to add intros and stuff like that, I mean, it can be time consuming. Yeah. Whereas if you stream, you basically just load up your software, you start the game, you tweet out, hey, I'm streaming now. Obviously, anybody who's following you, they get their emails, and then you just start playing, and that's it. Yeah. So it's definitely a lot easier. I don't know if I necessarily agree with a lot of people that think that basically Twitch and streaming is going to be the new YouTube or the alternative for YouTube, because honestly, YouTube's just not going to go away. No. I mean, as far as sharing playthroughs and stuff, that might change. But I think anything that's going to happen or affect YouTube eventually will make its way to Twitch. So, if it gets to the point where, even with PlayStation, they got that software or whatever in the PS4 that some developers can choose to not have certain cutscenes shown or something like that. I think eventually rules like that would have to make its way over to Twitch, because you got to think about it. If there's a publisher out there that's going to push it enough on YouTube, they're going to see everybody migrating over to Twitch. So now Twitch is going to be their next target.
So let me ask you this then: would you be surprised if you started seeing bigger named YouTubers move on to Twitch or Blip? Which who the fuck does shit on Blip? Would you be surprised if you actually saw? I'll just throw a name out there. Would you be surprised if fucking PewDiePie were to leave YouTube, where he basically built his reputation and his fan base, and moved on to Twitch?
PewDiePie would probably be the last Let's Player to actually leave YouTube. PewDiePie is their bread and butter, but I don't know, because there's a lot of editing that he does. If XSplit was to do a better version of their stuff, or there's some other streaming program that allows you to do more edits on the fly, because he's evolved from just a guy playing a game with a webcam. Now he's got subtitles popping up and all this stuff. He's got little images popping up every once in a while. He's as much as, and I don't particularly care for his content, but he's doing Let's Plays right. You can't deny that his videos are completely transformative. As far as his videos that he's doing on YouTube. So I think, again, like I was saying before, with if they're going to attack YouTube and get basically YouTube Let's Plays taken down, they'll eventually go after Twitch, and then it'll just be more difficult for people that are more accustomed to doing very elaborate edits with their videos.
Now, the reason why I was mentioning PewDiePie, who is, by the way, for people that are listening, in case you don't know, the most subscribed person on YouTube. And here's the thing: what I always tell people when it comes to with YouTube, whenever it's just a random person that doesn't necessarily, know about the whole YouTube thing. PewDiePie is a gamer, and YouTube, for all of his purposes, has never liked the gamers. At least in my opinion, they've always fucked with us more than the vloggers. Which I don't know how there's still even like beef like that with the gamers and vlogs. But anyway, and it's interesting that again, PewDiePie, the most subscribed channel on YouTube, is a gamer technically, and yet they're fucking over the gamers, or at least the gaming community on YouTube. And if YouTube was a person, I would slap the shit out of them, because that's probably the most stupidest thing I have ever heard. Your most subscribed YouTuber is a fucking gamer, yet you're fucking with the gamers. It's like we have a system that's always worked. There's always been this thing where, hey, let's record some gameplay. As far as Let's Players, I know that there's other ways to handle the gaming. You can play multiplayer games with your friends, whatever. I was specifically talking about Let's Plays. There's always been a system that just easy shit that anyone can do. Let's playing, it's not that hard to do. It's what you do in the Let's Play that how people get their reputation and credit. As far as being an entertainer,
Yeah.
There's always been a system doing Let's Play. You get your, for example, if you're gonna do a console game, for example, Skyrim. If you're gonna do Skyrim, you get your, capture card, you do all that shit, you plug in the HDMI cable to your TV, fucking and shit. You make sure you're gonna capture your video, then you're gonna have Audacity or sound recorder, whatever, and have your microphone capture, and then you do a sync, and then you just go for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the fuck your video is or video length is. And that's easy. That's probably the simplest thing you can do as a Let's Player. So Let's Players, I've never hold Let's Players in high regard. I give credit if they can entertain somebody for 20, whatever the fuck the duration is. But I've always given more credit to people that actually do stuff in the videos. And I'm not saying, and by that I don't mean like, oh, here's 5 minutes of the funny stuff and make you laugh or whatever. That's cool and all. However, again, if you can do it for 15, 20, 30, whatever the duration is, and I'm speaking for the Let's Players here,
Yeah.
that's fucking credit. That's like, holy shit, you can go that long to do. That's fucking hard to do. Hell, entertaining somebody for a podcast for an hour or 2 hours, it's hard to fucking do. So I give a lot of credit to Let's Players that can do that. Now again, with any part of YouTube, whether you're a vlogger, whether you make music, whether you make fucking skits, whether you fucking try to be parody channels, whatever the fuck, you have your shitty channels, you know what I mean, of that community. So there are people who just are fucking awful, and they need to fuck off and let that space and those views go to other people that are actually doing better stuff than them.
Yeah.
And,
well, I mean, just like you were saying, like keeping people like entertained for extended period of times like that. I mean, you do see videos range from 5 to 20 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Hot topic right now, I guess, is like since he made a video about it, is like Minecraft. Why is Minecraft so popular when it comes to YouTube? There's no story behind Minecraft. There's just you running around crafting things, fighting off creepers and all this stuff. Why are people so engaged in watching these videos constantly for 5 to 20 fucking minutes? It's because the commentators, the content creator behind that video, is keeping them entertained for that long. Mm-hmm. I mean, to me, Minecraft is like the epitome of what a Let's Play should be. It's you, or at least when you're describing transformative work.
Wait. I just want to stop you there. What do you mean by that? When you say Minecraft is what a Let's Play should be, or a Let's Player should be?
Because when you look at a game like, say, The Last of Us, where it's really story driven, there's exploration about just finding different things and stuff like that. Things like that are meant to be experienced like you have the controller in your hand. Mm-hmm. Whereas like a Let's Play is about sharing an experience with your audience, if you are a Let's Player. So when it comes to Minecraft, there's very little gameplay actually happening there. So that commentator or content creator, whatever you want to call them, mm-hmm. has to be engaging their audience. Maybe not directly, but at least doing something or talking. Even if they have other people in their server and they're playing with them or whatever, they have to be doing something to keep them entertained, and that's ultimately what is going to definitely get you into where they consider it fair use, because it's transformative. You're not just sitting there basically letting somebody watch a cutscene or see a vital plot point for a game or just the ending or whatever.
And it's interesting that you mentioned that last part. It's all for people that want to know. What do you mean by fair use and transformative work? It's a bunch of technical stuff that we won't necessarily get into really, but basically just know that we shouldn't be getting strikes for these fucking videos because we're legally allowed to as long as we follow these guidelines. That's basically what it is in all simple and brief description. Here's another thing why I gotta just mention about Minecraft. I think Minecraft was never that big if you think about it. Before people started doing Let's Plays or whatever you want to call it on YouTube, it was just a simple game, and just from you describing it, it sounds fucking stupid. For anybody that's never played Minecraft, which if you haven't, where the fuck have you been? It sounds stupid and it sounds boring and it sounds like why the fuck would I waste my time on it? And I agree with you. However, once you play it, you just get caught up in it. Now, I no longer feel that feeling anymore. I wish I can go back and first experience Minecraft when I first played it. And I think a lot of people that play Minecraft can agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I think this is why Minecraft was so, at least if you want to look at it in more technical and more like a whole deeper look into it. It forced the YouTuber to again be entertaining for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Because there is no story. It's just, what the fuck are you gonna do now in this fucking, I don't know, wilderness, and it's just you go punch a tree and shit like that. What are you gonna do? So it really, a lot of YouTubers were defined because of Minecraft. If you look at, and I actually got even bigger. If you look at, and I mean probably this is like the biggest example. You look at CNanners and how he just he was already a big person, you know what I mean? But he went even further because of Minecraft.
Yeah.
And people need to understand. I understand that Minecraft, not Minecraft. That CNanners does short 5-3 minute videos every day or whatever. You know what I mean? But again, it find his channel. You can find Let's Plays with him and other YouTubers and stuff, and go watch their point of view, and then actually see CNanners for 15 minutes. The guy can hold up his end of the stick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate whenever people try to discredit Minecraft or people that can go off for that long. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're being fake. Why are you just acting like this?" For all you know, that's actually how that individual is. That's why I hate when people try to call other YouTubers fake, because it's not that they're fake. It's just that they have to step up the entertainment. You can't just sit there playing a game and recording it and just be fucking boring, dude. That's not interesting. That's not gonna do anything. If somebody does that, I quit YouTube, because screw that. Well, how the hell do you do that? But as I was gonna say earlier, just briefly, just so I can finish, I'm gonna let you talk. Minecraft has always been, a big thing, especially 2010, I guess you could say, 2011.
I'm not exactly sure when it came out.
Not when it came out. Go ahead.
Well, it's been popular for quite a while, but I mean, it definitely blew up with CNanners putting it on YouTube.
Yeah, and a lot of other YouTubers as well. I discovered a lot of other YouTubers because of fucking Minecraft, just because I was like, I want to watch other people fucking do their thing and shit like that. But it's always been something that I've never understood, or at least kind of understood, and I've just always been wondering, why is it when there's a new game that's hot, not really nowadays, but at the time when Minecraft and all that crap was going on, why is it when a game comes out and a lot of people are gonna what's a good example? I think there's a game called Starbound or some shit where it's basically like Terraria or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
about? Yeah.
So when there's games like that are big, and then everybody is talking to the big YouTubers, small YouTubers, there's always been a handful of YouTubers that kind of blow up because of these games, and then obviously what happens, the game is no longer trending, I guess you could say, and it's no longer relevant, I guess you could say, on YouTube wise, and then you see a lot of them fall off, because what a lot of people that are YouTube, if you're a YouTuber and you're listening to this, you need to understand this: you can't rely on the video game to make you. Basically, just to make you. You can't rely on these games to make you big. You have to rely on your own skill. If you can go off 5-20 fucking minutes, that's fucking awesome, dude. Fucking go grab a fucking microphone and record some shit, because that is a difficult thing to do, and it's really time consuming. And I have to pause. God damn it. All right, so hard cut. So it's always something that I've never understood, that why people jump on these trends, and it's kind of like what Phil was saying, how. Why was Minecraft such a big thing? And that's the answer. It's because YouTubers, or I guess you could say Let's Players, made that game even bigger because we started seeing a lot more of it. And whenever a game that is the biggest or latest trend, there's always going to be that saturation of just everybody fucking doing it. That's why I stopped fucking making Minecraft videos, because basically, well, also because I, what was it now, 2-3 years after the fucking game got released, so why the fuck is there even a point to make a Let's Play on that? Anyway, you can't rely on the video game to make you a YouTuber. That's why when I see Hazard or fucking you, Nate, actually make reviews or discussion videos, or actually, do work and actually are intelligent and entertaining videos, it's like, oh, dude, you guys should be getting the fucking push, not fucking everybody that's playing what the fuck is the biggest trend right now. I've never just understood that. I don't know why is that the logic. Like, oh, this guy's playing this fucking big. Oh, I'm gonna go watch that because I've already watched 20 other motherfuckers do it. So why the fuck would I watch his? And I don't know. I've always been someone that say you need to put actual work into your videos, or at least be entertaining. You either have good editing skills, you either have awesome sick ass skill, or you are just overall an entertainer. If you're either of those, then you should be getting the views and credit and yada yada yada. If you're doing stupid shit that I can eat, that what fucking I used to do from fucking when I started, it's like that's not cool, dude. That's not, I don't know, that doesn't deserve credit. So again, it always changes whenever I see people that like you, Hazard, Mark, etc., put all these hardworking videos and are good entertainers. I fucking love watching your videos, Nick. You know what I mean? And it's like, how come that's not? It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the logic. And what's your input about this whole thing? Because I don't want to take the whole fucking 20 minutes just about myself.
No, I mean, you really hit it there when it comes to just saying that when these videos come popular, it's because of the YouTuber. It's not the game. Mm-hmm. So whenever pretty much the next indie game comes out, people have this impression that, oh, if I play this game first, this is going to make me popular. It's like, no, CNanners could have fucking played any game, and as long as he had the same chemistry that he had when he was playing Minecraft, he still would have blown up. Mm-hmm. It was just that game that allowed him to do whatever it is that just made people go like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" And it was the obviously the open world where he didn't have to, or even it was not even have to. He didn't have the option to rely on the game to help him out. Like it got to the point where it was either CNanners was going to entertain you, or you're going to be like, "What the fuck is this guy playing? This is stupid." Mm-hmm. And that's essentially what made him popular, is that he was playing something that, aside from you having some visual cue about what he's doing, effectively, he could have been sitting right in front of a camera and just doing face cam and talking. Yeah. But he because he's an entertaining person to a lot of people, that's what made him blow up. So that's why, like, when Starbound comes out, people are like, "Oh shit, I got to get that so I could be the next big YouTuber." Or for the longest time, when after PewDiePie blew up, people were fucking playing every goddamn scary game ever fucking created so they could try to be the next. Yeah. So they just need to understand it wasn't the game, it was that person's personality and reaction to that game. So I mean, it could actually be an older game. I mean, you can pull out Ocarina of Time, and if you just have great commentary with it, and if you're entertaining people, and you're being constantly engaged with the audience and doing your thing, then I mean, you can fucking blow up off of that.
I mean, we're really simplifying what the work it takes to become a bigger YouTuber, because if that was the case, fucking why are we bigger? But I agree with you completely about the whole, it's all about what the YouTuber did to make that game. And I never understood why people just well, I guess I could see why people would say, okay, hey, I gotta make some Call of Duty videos, because that's always been a big thing. It's like, there was a time where, again, back when it was much easier on YouTube, if you had HD footage, and you can commentate and be entertaining or what have you, and had sick ass gameplay, you would become big like nothing. However, again, you look at the golden era of YouTube, and by that I mean, when Machinima blew the fuck up and you had, like, I don't know, 1 million people become big, a lot of those guys now, 5 years later, are not even relevant, or have either stopped, or have died, sadly, or they've just gone away. Because if you base your whole channel on one game, people are gonna expect just that one game. So when you try to do something new, nobody gives a shit. It's like, why are you doing this? Go back to this. It's like, but I don't want to. And there's a lot of people I know in this situation that have tried to branch out because they are tired of that game that the channel was based off of. That can't, because they've based the whole channel on this, a year or two, whatever, and now they're stuck in that until people just leave. Because again, and it's sad to say that, because their whole channel is based on that. People are only watching because he or she is doing that. However, eventually they're gonna leave because he was just doing that. And it's like, well, I tried to branch out, but you wouldn't let me. And this is why whenever I see people that actually post up a bunch of things, for Sir Lionheart, Adam, you, Mark, Anthony, etc., 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 the list goes on. It's like, cool. It's cool to see you guys branch out. But I want to ask you, Nate, with your own personal experience on YouTube, has it ever been difficult on you? And you've been doing this now for like, what, a little bit over a year now?
Oh, I've been.
Are you a long time YouTuber?
I actually started. Oh god, it was 2011.
Okay, well, okay, you've had what, 3? Yeah, it's gonna be 3 years now, because 2014. Wow. Okay, so you got 3 years under your belt. Okay, that's pretty good. More fucking Jesus. So yeah, so in your personal experience, has it ever been rough to branch out to other things? Which I'm pretty sure it has, considering the whole you were known for just being the DSP critic, and if you try to do something else, it's like, no, talk about Phil. Has that ever really happened to you, or is it nah, fuck that?
Yeah, I mean, when it, like, specifically looking back at my old channel, I had hit 500 subscribers, and because it was funny, because Lambert had actually tweeted me, and he was like, "Oh, you hit 500," and he was like, "Congrats" and all that. And I remember just sitting there like, I hit 500 subscribers, and like, I wasn't excited about it, because I knew there were so many people that subscribed to my channel because they was expecting one thing that I don't like. That's not my focus. I mean, the critique part of it is, like, again, it goes into discussion, but not critiquing one specific thing or one specific person. And I knew the majority of those subscribers came from that. And that's essentially when I decided, okay, it's about time for me to start another channel, because I don't want to hit these kind of milestones and not be happy about it. I mean, like I said, I've already been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I finally hit 500 subscribers. I should be fucking ecstatic, not just like, oh, these fuckers just want me to do something else. So yeah, there's definitely, if you get known for doing something and that's not what you really want to focus on, or if that's not the main focus of what your channel is, then it definitely gets discouraging.
Even more so, especially when you're sold that, especially you, in your case, when you created Gamer.live, it's like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were just expecting Phil's shit, Phil's this, Phil's that, Phil's da.
Yeah.
And then when you try to do like, no, that's not this, shut the fuck up, it's actually this. There's so many people saying that it was this. Now, to everyone's mind, it is this, and not what you were trying to make it out as. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, like, the first few shows, I mean, there was the occasional like DSP crack popping up in the chat and stuff, but I mean, like I said, after a while, I mean, people just understood, like, okay, this is what the show's about. It's about talking about games, it's the industry and stuff like that. It's, it's not about critiquing one other YouTuber. It's something completely different.
And I can almost, just say for you that I'm pretty sure it's just you the fuck out that was the case, that people just expected this, and when you try to, I guess you could say, legitimize yourself as a YouTuber, it was like, God damn it, why the fuck can I do this? And again, it was because you were known for being the DSP critic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because on one side of it, it's like, fuck, this is all these people want from me, but at the other end of it, it's like, okay, well, there's so many people that legitimately, give two shits about my opinion about stuff. I just wish they would listen to, like, the other stuff I have to talk about too.
Yeah. I don't want to support from being to our serious discussion, but I'm pretty sure some ass right now listening is like, what the fuck? You got 500 subscribers? You weren't excited? Fuck you! I only got like 10. Listen. And if you are, so that's in that situation, you have to understand. You can have fucking 10,000 subscribers, but maybe only like 2,000 watch every video. Fucking, I am 94 right now. Maybe like 30 or 40 average, depending. watch every single video, but that's not, again, all of it. It's just a milestone. It's just to say, hey, I have this many. If you heard my last podcast, you know that my milestones are you motherfuckers, so fuck you. But right now, you have considerably much less than what you had, right? You were at 565 or whatever subscribers until you rebooted your channel, and now you have what? I should just estimate like 60, right?
Yeah, like between 60 and 70, somewhere around there.
But however, all those motherfuckers, or at least mostly all those motherfuckers, watch every video.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing about it. Like I can sit there and like, you know, people will be like, "Oh, you just dumped 500 subscribers. What the fuck?" Here's the thing about it. I only got, you know, we'll just say 60 subscribers. I get anywhere from 70 to over 100 views on most of my videos. So I'm getting more views than I actually have subscribers. So like right now, I would say my channel with significantly less subscribers is actually more successful than my 560 subscriber channel with 100 views.
And that's just the thing people need to keep in mind. It's like, just because you have fucking a million subscribers, that doesn't mean you have a million viewers. You have maybe,
Right.
you know, 500,000 viewers, which again, but people don't understand, okay? If you are starting out, or you're someone that just started out recently that's listening to this, you should be thankful for every view. I know for a fact, if I got one of you, I was like, oh my god, thank god somebody watched my fucking video. You know, if I got subscribed, oh my god, somebody subscribed. And even still, I'm like that. If someone subscribes to you, I'm like, woo, thank god. But again, once you've moved on from where you were, and you're now in a whole other area. Remember, when I started out, everybody's listening, I'm pretty sure it's everyone's experience. You didn't have a YouTube friend or someone that can help you do that, unless you're John Rambo. So you have no, I guess you could say, advertisement. No one's saying, hey, go check out this person's channel. It's just you doing you. So when you can do that independently and build an audience like I have, it's cool, and you feel even more proud of it. And when that audience is still watching and watching and watching through the months, days, weeks, years, it's like, oh, sweet, these here are gonna forever watch. So again, I've always said I'd rather have 10 people that will watch every video than have 100 that just subbed for this one reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean you'll get to a point where it's pretty much where you're dealing with what they call dead subs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sit there and have 100,000 subscribers, but when you're only getting like 1,000 views.
Whoa, you still there? Nate. Well, hard cut. Go ahead.
But like I said, it's one thing to have like 100,000 subscribers, but when you're only getting 1,000 views, like there's so many dead subs there that it's more about who's actually actively watching your content. And that's what ultimately matters.
Now, don't get me wrong. If you have all these subscribers and all these fucking views, that's pretty fucking awesome. I'm not saying don't fucking, subscribe to me and shit like that. I'm saying that understand that just because you have, again, 100,000, a million, 10,000, you don't necessarily have that many viewers. So when you do have people that watch and that comment and interact with you, that's cool. Fucking interact with them back. Don't be an ass or don't fucking be just fucking like, what the fuck do I write? No, fucking write with them, dude. They like you enough, or they like the video enough to comment, and maybe they wanted a response from you, because a lot of people, I don't know why people, like, when they tweet somebody, they expect an answer, and when they get an answer, like, oh my god, he fucking tweeted me or some shit. Cool, whatever. You're fanboying out or fangirling out. Let's go for you. Whatever.
Troy Baker, man. Don't hate on me.
It's an inside joke. So again, YouTube is such an interesting thing, and it's a great both hobby, career, and lifestyle to have. All three fucking thingamabobs. So again, it just going back to YouTube, it sucks that these issues are happening right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are being discouraged from even trying, just because it's like so many people are complaining. It's like, well, fuck that, I don't want to deal with that shit.
And I mean, that's what you was talking about, like at the beginning. What this is effectively going to do is push away the people that's not doing this for legitimate reasons. People that are just like, oh, I just want attention, so I'm going to try to find me the next Minecraft. Those people are going to give up. The people that are really doing this because they want to put out entertaining content and because they're passionate about this, they're going to stick around and do it as long as they can. So it's just going to make it easier for those of us like that are going to keep pushing through to move up in the ranks, because it's going to get all these other people that are just, basically saturating the market, as they say. That way we can get our content seen more.
And and I guess for a little bit of advice for people that are new and so that are trying to become a bigger individual on YouTube, you gotta be able to interact with the people. You gotta network. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned while being a part of as a viewer and a YouTuber for the past fucking 5 years. You gotta be able to branch out. This is why fucking you look at our experiences. Well, I guess you guys are fairly new to the Mamborgia community. I've said this multiple fucking times. There's so many creative motherfuckers in that it's like, why not get together and do something? However, you don't want to all just be a part of one community. You gotta be able to have like, all right, so even better than for like you and Anthony, Nate. You guys came into this fucking huge community. You guys had your audience and stuff, but now you can actually combine your shit. You know what I mean? And that's probably the smartest thing you can ever do. So now, when you have people that have their own fan base interact with each other, that's just nothing but positivity. You're gonna get extra views. Maybe it might not be, a long time extra views, but you're gonna get like a few extra views that they're curious, like, oh, let me see this video, so it's cool whenever, like, for example, if I do something with Lambit, his fan base is gonna come over here and check out my shit, or vice versa. If I do something with Hazard, vice versa. If I do something with Anthony, vice versa. Fucking A. So again, if you've ever considered to do YouTube, I really recommend that people, listen to us and actually think about what the fuck we're saying, because we're old motherfuckers as far as YouTube goes. The newer people don't really have any, at least if they don't have any knowledge and don't research some shit, they don't really know how to start off on YouTube. This is just fucking, this should be helping you motherfuckers out, honestly. Fuck you guys. YouTube is such a great platform to do all this stuff and have this interactivity, and Twitch as well. But I think with YouTube is more of a better way to I guess you could say, interact and stuff like that. And then obviously you have your social, areas like Twitter and shit like that. But YouTube is just, a fun thing. I love what I've done here so far in my past, 5 years from rebooting, yada. That, these memories I'll never forget. I'll never forget all of you guys. I'll never forget you, Nate. I'll never forget everybody else that's fucking I've listed already 5,000 times. You guys are cool. and you never know if there's going to be long-lasting friendships. You never know if I hate Nate one day. You never fucking know. It's... or the Protro, fuck you. So it's all just fun. And again, it's just disappointing to see that YouTube isn't... How do I put this? The reputation of YouTube isn't what we're talking about and how we're saying it's all da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, well, you guys are saying that it's this, but it's not really. Or it's not coming off as it is. And... I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, like the biggest thing I can say that's YouTube got going against it right now is obviously like the mix-ups with the content ID matches, but also their whole system with managed partners, affiliate partners. Like, why? I do not see why one specific group of partnered channels get basically a free pass and then everybody else has to jump through hoops.
That's right. Fuck you, motherfuckers. I'm a managed channel, bitch.
It's like, I don't understand it. Like, we're all putting up essentially, I mean, it is all user-created content. So if we're all going under the basis of fair use when it comes to incorporating copyrighted material, we all should have the same privileges.
Now,
and I think that's where YouTube is like kind of creating, and what's going to end up being a issue in 2014, because there's going to be affiliate channels out there that are going to be getting tired of jumping through hoops, and they're going to be like, look, what the fuck? Like, because from what I've seen, there's no real consistency when it comes to managed channels, because I've seen at one point even Angry Joe didn't even know if he was going to be a managed channel.
I mean, I just want to say real quick that you said that if we're all following the guidelines, that's a huge generalization. There's a lot of motherfuckers that just I don't know why they have this like a sense of accomplishment if they upload a fucking movie on YouTube or a music video. It's like, yo man, it's you motherfuckers that are fucking with everybody else that basically made this site, dude. Again, YouTube is a content. It's all, how the fuck did I put this? It's not their content. Even their content is not good. But everyone, us content creators, it's all, what the fuck's the word? You just said it, I think, right now. That it's user created content. There you go. So we've all made YouTube what it is. So why is YouTube fucking with us? They need to I guess I'm agreeing with what Phil was saying, or DSP Gaming. They need to take responsibility for what the fuck's going on. They can't just say, "Oh, there's legal issues going on. Yeah, fuck everybody else. We're just gonna do some shit and oversimplify this whole thing and fuck a bunch of people over." Because it's not fun, and it's a waste of time to have to sit there and have to either take out the music or whatever the fuck that's in your video, or dispute a claim. And the sad part was what was it, like last week? If you disputed a claim, some people were gonna get like copyright strikes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucked up, man. I'm trying to dispute this. You're saying, "Oh, you actually wanted to talk some sense to us? Fuck you. Here, take this." It's like, oh, dude, what the hell? And I guess a good example would be Angry Joe. It's like this motherfucker, his whole income comes from YouTube. So it's like, why is YouTube fucking with this motherfucker's income, dude? Come on now. This is one of the people that been here for a while. You know what I mean? That's driving a lot of attention to YouTube.
The thing about it is, like, effectively, what YouTube is basically being and kind of pretending to be is the court process of this. Because because what is it? Gamer Spawn.
Okay.
Had thought I was basically saying they infringed on somebody's rights or some shit like that, and I was like, no. I'm just saying, like, the reason why YouTube has this content ID stuff is because there's other people like screwing up the program for us. Because what they said was, no, we went through extensive processes to get the licenses to do all this stuff, and that's what people are not seeming to understand, that YouTube had. I mean, I'm not saying I completely feel sorry for them, because they should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
But YouTube basically has gotten themselves back into the corner where now they're having a bunch of people, saying fair use, fair use, fair use. But when you look at websites like IGN and like these big network, like actual full-blown networks, they go through a process where they actually get licenses from the developers and publishers first and say, look, this is what we made. This is going. I mean, they may not directly say fair use, but this is what we're going to do to, do some type of critique for your video and all that stuff. And then, basically, at that point, the publisher or developer already knows what to expect from this network. So they're like, okay, when it comes to YouTube, all of that like communication is completely bypassed and it's just thrown out there. So now YouTube has these algorithms trying to find out, okay, is this person really being legit? Are they not being legit? Is this a straight out copyright infringement? And I mean, again, I don't want to be like completely devil's advocate here, but I mean, you got to understand, there's like literally hundreds of hours of footage uploaded to YouTube every day. There's just not enough manpower out there to cover all of that. It's not until there's actual copyright claims being filed that an actual individual is starting to investigate it. Everything else, it's all algorithms.
And it pisses me off whenever you have individuals that are fucking morons and their mother dropped them on their head, that try to say, "Oh, fuck you, you fucking fake ass motherfuckers, not something that'll get a real job." It's like, how can you sit there and say that shit, dude? This is a fucking real job. I've said this before. I can take what I've done on YouTube and have this like in a portfolio and be, or like a video reel, and take this to go get an actual fucking job, dude. Like, it's like this is fuck. It pisses me out whenever somebody tries to just discredit what we do. And by we, I mean us YouTubers that actually have talent and actually can entertain somebody for long duration of time, hell, years, because of how many videos we have archived on our channels. Not necessarily you. And it pisses me off whenever people try to downplay that shit. It's like, how are you so narrow-minded and can't be like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. Oh, you're making videos and you're playing video games that people are watching. Oh my god, that's fucking cool. I don't understand that kind of bigotry, the bigot mindset of saying this is stupid, this is not real job, you should stop doing this. Because if that was the case, a lot of motherfuckers would not do what they're doing. And I'm not even discussing just YouTube. This isn't even exclusively YouTube. This can be fucking just in fucking life in general. It's like, you can't downplay anything, because you never know what can happen. You never know if, for example, Nate, you could become a fucking huge. All right, what the fuck is that motherfucker's name? It's what's his name? Gabe Knowles, I think, that a lot of people know as like the spokesperson of gaming or whatever the fuck, right? Or is it not him? The point being, the point you could become another well-known person that actually has a lot of interesting things to say, and you know, companies would be like, oh, we should listen to this motherfucker because he actually has a mind. He wasn't dropped in his head by his fucking mom. Unless you were. If that was the case, I apologize. But I don't know, man. I don't even want to get into it really, just because it just pisses me off when I see that kind of shit, man.
I mean, when you sit there and say, okay, because you're using your hobby to make an income, well, that's not real work. You gotta understand, there's people that grew up and you know at school they would stay after and be in drama club because their hobby was acting, and now they're making millions of fucking dollars entertaining people around the world. And I mean, are you going to tell them get a real job?
Yeah, seriously.
Are you going to walk up to Michael Jordan and say, "Look, you won all these championships, but why didn't you get a real job?" Like, no, you're not. So I mean, just because it's somebody's hobby and they've effectively been able to turn it around and also make it a source of income, does not mean it's not a real job. Just because it's a hobby, it means that it's an evolving industry and it's becoming a relevant thing.
Like, okay, we can really go for like hours about this right now. I've always said that a degree doesn't guarantee you shit. It doesn't like at this point, like if you want like a guaranteed job, you gotta get like a fucking what? Is it a bachelor's degree? I don't even fucking know. But you gotta go to school for a really long ass time, and even then, once you get that degree, you're gonna be thrown into this market of fucking thousands upon thousands, if not millions, of people trying to get this job that you're after, dude. That it's like, why not try something that's a bit innovating and different? Why not just try it? It's fucking, if you're young like me, who's under 20 and shit like that, and you still have time to fucking fuck around, why not go ahead and try this? You never fucking know. Somebody that's just playing the guitar or going to music classes and shit, they could become like the next biggest thing. You never fucking know, dude. That's why that's why whenever someone tells me, hey, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a skater, or whatever the fuck, I never discredit them. I'm like, yeah, man, go fucking do that and be fucking awesome, man, because you never fucking know. But there's so many instances in skating, music, in fucking real life. I don't mean by what the fuck. No,
Did you say skating?
Yeah. Even though it's a weird.
I'm just fucking with you. Where did skating come from?
What a dick! I don't know. I just thought of skating. I was like, oh, I don't know. Dude, don't fucking ask me. It's in my head for some reason. There's always been, in any instance, just somebody can have an idea, and they can become big. You look at a good example, I guess you could say. Look at the guys that did Jackass. Those guys, just get themselves fucking hurt, and now they're fucking rich. It's like, what? That doesn't follow any fucking guideline or whatever that people have always said. And God damn it, I'm gonna let you talk. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, when it comes to, like, I'm not trying to, I don't want to downplay like education, because education is definitely important. But I mean, what people don't seem to realize is, like, yeah, education is going to help you out, but another key thing that a lot of employers look for aside from education is also experience. I'm sorry, but unless you have some type of internship for whatever it is that you're studying, you're not going to have any type of fucking experience out the gate once you graduate college. Oh no. You're going to have to earn that, and especially like, we can stick with gaming for a minute. Okay. I mean, I've actually looked up, several different when it comes to like testing, all the way up to actual game design. Sure. Several different developers won't even consider you unless you have a minimum of 5 years or more. You're not going to have 5 years experience out the gate. So there's at least 5 years that you're not even going to get that job because you have to fucking get experience. Well, how the hell are you going to get experience if you don't get a job?
And that's why I always say, it's like, if you have the time to fuck around like I do, just try it. You never know where you can end up in life. Fucking Nate, you again, like I already said, you can end up being a big spokesperson in gaming, dude. You never fucking know. You could probably be hired by a company to be their fucking CEO. You don't fucking know, dude. This is why life is so interesting and why you never know what you can expect. At one point, you could be sitting in the desk job, and then in an instant, you could be fucking fired and in the streets. You never fucking know, dude. It's a scary thought, but this is how it is and at least in corporate America. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but this is why, if you have the time and you've always like thought, yeah, I could probably do this. Try it. Fucking why not? Fucking aim. But again, just back to YouTube. I'm tired of YouTube fucking with us, man. Honestly.
I mean, like I said, somebody's going to have to do something. I mean, eventually one of these bigger YouTubers, I wouldn't necessarily think it's probably going to be one of the bigger managed YouTubers because they really don't have nothing to worry about. But say a YouTuber that's got a decent amount of subscribers, getting a decent amount of views, but somehow they just don't make managed status and they are affiliate. Once they continuously keep getting these content ID matches, I mean, eventually something's going to give, and I, especially if, like, when you look at Nintendo, they're real dead set on, you know, not any type of monetization on their content. I like, so far as, like, people, we obviously know about, you know, how they are with YouTube, but if you go, like, even on Spotify and you look up any songs that's like in any of Nintendo's first party games, like a Zelda theme or something like that, like the actual song, it's grayed out. Nintendo's fucking got that shit on lock. Like, unless you go straight up and buy a soundtrack for it, you're not going to get that content.
And a lot of people always say, well, fucking Nintendo, why are they doing that shit? They're not allowed. They are allowed to do that. It's their shit. They can do whatever they want. However, they need to understand that because, you know, how YouTube is now and how much of gaming has actually factored into now the gaming industry, they're gonna get fucked over. I would not be surprised if in a year or two, probably like in a couple months, they're gonna go away or at least go under because this is how you're gonna treat, you know, not only your customers but the people that try to support you. You're not gonna last at all. Honestly, dude. Fucking, you think like EA? There was a list I saw on Twitter where there was actual companies saying that you can either you can't use our content or you can't. You have to email us if you want to do that. Da 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 da. I saw EA saying you could, but in some cases you have to ask us or da 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 da. It's like if they didn't, if they know for a fact if they didn't do that, fuckers would be like done with their games, man. And it's a shame because I actually love EA games. You look at Mass Effect, that's my favorite fucking trilogy, dude. Fucking Mass Effect's the shit. But nevertheless, nevertheless. It's almost appalling to say that how do I put this? I gotta say this. At least put one positive thing into this. It's gonna force a lot of us YouTubers to look at the indie market now and actually play some indie games. While again, like I said, in any situation, you're gonna have your shit. You're gonna have some good quality indie games. You look at Minecraft, how it used to be an indie game. Look how big that did. You look at fucking Starbound. It's not gonna be as big as Minecraft, but it's doing pretty well. You look at, would Outlast technically be an indie game?
Yeah.
Really? Oh shit! All right, well, okay, cool. You look at Outlast, a fucking fun game. I scare my pants off a lot of times, man. It's a good game. But there's gonna be a lot of good games that you can do. And hey, again, just like how I guess you could say CNanners, you know, found Minecraft, and now Minecraft is this huge, just fucking he got even bigger. You never know. Maybe you might find a game that's probably the next biggest thing, dude. You never fucking know. That's why I always tell people, you know, try something. You know, if you're gonna do YouTube, don't stick to the main thing. I know plenty of people that have started out with Call of Duty and fucking Happy Wheels in this past fucking month. It's like, sure, you can go ahead and do that and whatever, but no, you're not gonna get. How do I put this? You're not gonna have the long-term fans. You're gonna have people that are gonna be there for a little bit and then leave because it's like, all right, I'm done with this guy, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of go back on like the Nintendo thing.
Sure.
Nintendo's in a unique situation right now where they need the best, at least for their Wii U console, they need the best public opinion right now.
Oh yeah.
And they don't have that. I would say, as far as Nintendo's concerned, and like kind of pretty much being on lockdown with all their like any of their games being put on videos on YouTube, they're going under the basic fundamental that games are meant to be played, not watched. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I can see where they're coming from on that, but again, just the fact that the state of the console they're in is where it becomes questionable. Like, okay, is this the time for them to really be putting their foot down when they really need good public opinion? So you got that, but like you were saying, like indie games where they're really supportive of the Let's Play community and videos being put out about their games. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have games ranging, you know, all the way down to like Minecraft, and you know, you get sprites and 8-bit graphics. But there's also games like Star Citizen that, because of the crowdfunding
wow.
that they got, I mean, it is still technically an indie game, but because of enough crowdfunding and the money they've actually earned, that they are able to use the CryEngine 3, and this is going to be one of the best looking games ever fucking made. Like, as far as graphics are concerned. I mean, I got the alpha version for the hangar module, which basically just lets you walk around your hangar and you can get inside your ship and shit like that.
Yeah.
It blows away like most fucking games that I've played so far this year. And it's just a fucking module for it. It's an alpha stage right now. And this is an indie game. There's other games that came out in the past, like Hard Reset. It was a graphically advanced game. So indie games ain't always just 8 bits and sprites. So for people that, want to be able to put out content, they're like, oh, I don't really want to fuck with indie games and all these, old school retro looking games. That's not a real good interpretation to have on them, because there's really, even Outlast is a good looking game.
I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly that there's a lot of games out in the indie market that's fucking beautiful. I mean, there's been a lot of games that I've played that have been, I guess you could say major releases that it's like, I paid $60 for this, isn't even fucking finished. It looks fucking horrible, it doesn't play well, and then I play, indie games or games that are in alpha or betas, it's like, holy shit, what the fuck, dude? So I haven't played Star Citizen, or I think that's the name of the game that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how cool it looks besides the pictures that you sent on Twitter and stuff. It's like, holy shit, that looks pretty cool, dude. And the fact that that's an indie game, it's like, holy shit. It's like, holy shit, I can't believe how well an indie company can do. And I hope it turns out to be a fun game, because, you obviously already love it just from walking around the hangar, dude. Fucking, I hope it turns out to be a great and fun game, because fucking, I don't know, man. We're going to be an interesting time as far as 2014 and YouTube and gaming as a whole, and just the industry, I guess you could say, of gaming is going to be, because you're going to have now, industries understand now, okay, people do things on the internet, on YouTube and Twitch. Let's actually pay attention to that. Or, let's be assholes and be Nintendo. So, it's going to be an interesting year for 2014 as far, again, as gaming, YouTube, da-da-da-da. So,
yeah. I mean, it's like we was talking about on Gamer Talk Live this past weekend. I mean, the whole early access, alpha and beta, crowdfunding, Kickstarter, that's picking up a lot of steam. That's becoming more and more of a thing, because not only do developers want to just avoid the AAA rigmarole with publishers and shit,
yep.
but gamers do too. They want to be directly involved with the developers and making a game that they really want. And the best way for these companies to get any type of advertisement or get the word out is by Let's Plays, by YouTube content creators.
And I gotta mention the game that you are really addicted to, the DayZ standalone, dude. I mean, that's an alpha.
Oh.
Imagine how fucking listen, the mod for DayZ was fucking fun and amazing, and that was, I guess you could say, a trend. However, that trend became now, to people that really loved it, people still fucking play it. So that kind of came how like Minecraft is, how it was a trend and then it died, but people that still loved it, they're still gonna watch live streams and videos about that shit. So that game, I don't necessarily say is a trend. So now that it's an alpha and there's actually gonna be progress into it with actual feedback from not only other people that just play for whatever, but people that actually do it on YouTube. I don't know if you guys actually post videos from the alpha, but that's cool that you guys did actually affect the future and the outcome of this game, because obviously DayZ, again, highly reputable, fun as fuck. If you've ever played the Hunger Games on or the survival games, you could say, whatever the fuck the name is, on DayZ, that's fun as fuck, dude. And that's another mod to the mod. So I can't wait when we see the alpha or the actual finish of the DayZ standalone. Like, I hope it doesn't end up like Warzy, because that was a fucking awful game, and I want my money back. But
oh, you actually bought it?
Yeah.
Ah!
Awful fucking game, dude. I sat there, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is what I paid for, dude. What a fucking piece of shit I am. God damn it. Don't ever play Warzy. If you're listening, you never listen about that. Don't ever fucking play Warzy. It's an awful game, and fuck the people that made it. Fucking assholes. Anyway, DayZ standalone. You can go off for like an hour on this if you really wanted to. Fucking so I gotta ask, because this is relevant to what we were discussing. How is this indie game right now? How, from your experience, obviously there's issues, obviously, because it's an alpha, but from your experience with it, for playing hours and 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 hours, how is it for you, man?
Well, I came into it. I never played the actual mod
Oh
for Arma
god.
2, so I'm completely fresh to it. So as far as like just playing it in an alpha version, one, I mean, I could definitely tell you there's bugs with it, and the thing is, like ever since it came out, like regularly, there's been updates coming out for the game. Like
Wow.
I think there's actually been like 3 or 4 patches already, and the game just came out last week.
Wow, dude.
So I mean, the thing about it is like, yeah, it's alpha. They're still working on it, but you know they're working on it because there's just like constantly stuff coming out,
Hmm.
and the feedback, and even just I don't know, it's just the whole concept of the fact that they want to make a game that people want to play. They don't, and without trying to go like within a certain route.
True.
And what I mean is like, it's basically like, oh, we need to make a zombie Call of Duty game, or we need to make a zombie Assassin's Creed game, or like they're making a true survival zombie game. You would not be able to pitch that to EA. You would not be able to pitch that to Activision. They'd be like, people ain't gonna want to play that. Meanwhile, the mod proved them fucking wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I was saying before, when it comes to the advertising and stuff like that, your Dean Hall is not going to have money to be thrown out for advertising. Right now, all of the money he's making off of the fucking sales in the alpha is going to fixing the alpha and getting it ready for full release.
But you know
So,
what? You know what though? I don't think he needs advertising, man. I'm pretty sure if you're a PC gamer, you fucking heard of that game and you've heard that this has come out. That's fuck. I
yeah,
don't.
because he.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, that's because of YouTube. I mean, you cannot deny the impact that it has for these games,
YouTube
and
and
it's
Twitch.
yeah, and it's good that, I mean, it's obviously they're working with Let's Players because they're understanding, they're really open about anybody. If you want to do a Let's Play, if you want to monetize it, go ahead. But it's like we're helping them and they're helping us. Like they're giving us a good game and we're helping getting the word out about their good game.
And that's how it should be. God damn it.
Exactly.
And when the game goes into beta, that's when I'll fucking get it. But I just can't wait to see how. All right, so because you're someone that has this first-hand experience and you've seen and you're obviously been a long-term gamer because of I don't want to say your age, because that's fucked up. But because you have a good experience and years under your belt when it comes to gaming, do you think that this guy and what he's doing with DayZ, is it just one guy or two guys?
I mean, it was essentially his ideal, but he's got a full fledged team working on it now.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Do you think that this could have the possibility to become a major company?
I I could see it actually happening because the thing about it is, like, it's not just, oh, you got a couple of guys playing like in a server and you're fighting zombies and other people like a traditional multiplayer game. I mean, you have to craft items to survive. You have
Oh
to
wow.
find your own loot. I mean, it the game can be really simplistic when you describe it, but once you play it, once you work to get your gear, to get set up to where you feel like, okay, I'm ready to survive now. And then you look off in the distance and you see two guys crossing the field. Like, everything just fucking stops and you're like, oh shit. Like, I cannot tell you how fucking intense it was one night. I was playing in a night server and I was looking a couple of houses down and I seen a flashlight moving around because somebody was over there. I never met up with them. I ended up finding their dead body because I guess somebody else killed them.
Oh god.
But the intensity of just trying to get up there, avoiding zombies, and not being detected by him, no other game has like got me that fucking intense before. And at least in that scenario, I nothing even happened. That's how fucking intense it can get. And that to me is just, I would like to see them become turn into a company when it comes to developing games because they're thinking outside the box, and that's what the gaming industry really needs right now.
And you know what? And DayZ and the company that is what's their name, by the way? The company name, I guess.
I don't know what his company's called, but I know Bohemian Interactive, that that actually made Arma 2 is helping them out with it. So
Oh wow, dude,
they have
that's
in it as well.
awesome, dude. Holy shit, you got the wow, dude. That's
Yeah.
sick, dude. Oh, but yeah, they're for sure gonna have a success, dude, especially in the PC market. Will this go console? Fuck no, I don't ever think that that'll ever go console. But that's pretty fucking awesome. That you know, a guy that basically modded the shit out of another company's game, you know, and make that game become even more popular just because of this mod is not helping them out to make the standalone for that mod. That's awesome.
Yep.
And why is it we can't see more of this positive stuff? This is a story about you know, something positive. It's not negative like the whole past hour has been about gaming companies and how they're handling this shit. It's like that's awesome. That, mind you, this is indie, dude. This is not a major fucking company that's doing this. It's just a guy and his team and a little bit of help from this other company doing this. And why is it we can't see more of this? Like, you would think, all right, this is gonna be a shitty game at the end of it all. I'm pretty sure it's not, man. From the Sing the Daisy mod, nah, man. This is gonna be a great fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, one thing they're talking about, I heard, because right now in its alpha stage, they have to have like less players and less zombies because the servers, they got to
Right.
make sure the servers are actually going so they can do testing and stuff. But once it's fully done, full release, you're going to have servers anywhere from 60 people to 150,
Oh my god,
and zombies ranging into the thousands.
that's fucking amazing.
Plus, there's going to be vehicles. Plus, there's going to be a shitload more crafting. I mean, like I said, you can do things like if you find sticks and bandages and you break your leg, you can actually do improvised leg splint
Oh wow,
to,
dude.
to heal your leg. You can make take stones and firewood and make little camps. Like, they're really going all out. Oh, there's another fucking part of it where you have a blood testing kit where you can test your blood to see what type of blood you have, and if you've lost too much blood, you can take a hostage, and if they have the same blood as you can do a blood transfusion so you can heal yourself.
Oh my god, that sounds fucking sick and awesome. Jesus Christ, man. Now I want to get this game. How much is it, by the way?
Right now it's 30.
Oh my god.
I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know how true this is, but because Bohemian, like I said, the original creators of Arma, because they have a hand in it, a lot of rumors going around that they're going to end up making Dean Hall, Rocket, or whatever people will call them, actually raise the price when it goes full release. I don't know how true that is, but I would definitely say once it goes in beta, if it is still at $30, that would be time to get into it if you're interested,
Yeah.
in case it goes up.
So do you need much power for this game or no? By the way, I don't want people to think that we're being paid to fucking advertise this game. No. I'm actually just generally interested in this fucking game.
We're just hot gamers.
Yeah, we're
And
just
that's what it's about, being hyped and being excited about it.
dude. I forgot that we were recording. I'm like, oh shit, fuck. So fucking dude, because I'm actually generally curious about this fucking game, dude. So you know what? We're gonna end it off here. Just and you know, me and you can talk about this more and more. If anyone's interested in checking out Nate's channel, please go watch this guy. I'll let you plug your shit right now. Just check him out. He says awesome. You just heard him now for what, an hour and like 20 minutes or so, just talking with me and shit. This guy does great stuff. He's an entertainer. He can discuss a lot of fucking things, as you fucking heard. So Nate, tell everybody where they can find you, dude. And obviously you can check the description in case people are stupid.
Well, let me turn my phone off here. God damn it.
Wow, professional.
Just youtube.com/Kane BTG. That'd be Bravo Tango Golf.
Sure.
But you also go to @WiseNate on Twitter, and that everything's linked right there. That'll get you to my Twitch and everything like that. You can check out Gamer Talk Live. And yeah, that's
it.
gonna be it.
Good show. Thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 39 of the podcast. Tune in next week or if I ever even fucking do it next week. Thank you guys for watching. This has been CDP here, saying for both me and Nate. Thank you guys for listening. Go fucking play some games, dude. For real. And
Okay.
yeah.